guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. People have been asking me to make a video on what products I recommend, what products they should get. Well, the title of this video is what you need to get started with Gel-X. And to be honest, I have done a desk tour before where I've showed you guys some of my favorite tools and machines and products to use, but I felt like I should make a dedicated video on just like products. So if you're not a Gel-X girly, if you're not into Gel-X, you're into acrylics or polygel, then this video is probably not for you. Anyway, I just wanted to make a whole in detail video on what products you need and what products I got started with. I just want to start by talking about the necessities and then move on to the luxuries. I just set up my desk for a client. Unfortunately, she canceled. She was running late and I had to cancel her. So it was the perfect chance to film this video for you. I'm gonna show you guys real quick. I'll insert a clip of my setup. This is usually the setup I go with when I do any type of service. The very first thing I want to start with is my curing lamp. I feel like a lot of people invest in a really crappy curing lamp from the very beginning, and I was one of those. And that curing lamp didn't last me like 3 months. As I started using that UV lamp, I realized that my gel would chip a lot easier. And I remember someone on YouTube or someone told me that the problem was my curing lamp. My curing lamp was weak. Like the LED would, or the UV would run out very quickly. So it was very weak and it didn't cure my gel properly, which is really dangerous. I'll show you guys my UV lamp. This is the UV lamp I use now. It fits both hands. It's so spacious, and this is the compliment I get from all of my clients. They say it's so comfortable and it fits to both of their hands, which is quite rare in salons. I feel like you can only fit one hand at a time. It's the brand. I don't even know how to pronounce it, but my dust collector right here is the same brand. And the quality with this brand is insane. Yes, it was a little bit more on the pricey side. I paid maybe $80 for this lamp and maybe $100 for the dust collector, but it was completely worth it because just the quality itself is amazing. Like even if I would drop this, I don't think it would break. And the great thing is it has a cushion on top, so I don't use a armrest anymore. I used to have an armrest for my clients, but now this is just, you can rest your arm and it's really comfortable. And by the way, this is not sponsored. I'm just genuinely telling you guys my opinion with curing lamps, LED lamps. Oh, also one more feature that I recommend you guys look into is low heat mode. If you guys have ever had a heat spike and you have a low heat mode, it helps a lot. So it doesn't create a heat spike as much as like the regular lamps. And it does take double the amount of time, 120 seconds. Anyways, enough of the curing lamp and the dust collector. Those are the two main machines I use on a daily basis. Now I want to move on to my nail drill that I use. I'll show you guys. The one I use is the Credio nail drill, and it goes up to 35,000 RPMs. You can see the capacity and the quality of the nail drill by how high the frequency, not the frequency, how do you say? RPMs. Oh, RPMs, yeah. It's lasted me over a year. I've been using this over a year, so definitely recommend this one. But if you guys feel like trying another one, then I feel like that's fine too. I also love Melody Susie drills. I'll put the links down below and up here too. I love Melody Susie drill, any of them. They're really amazing. So I'm just using this one because I'm really comfortable using this and I don't want to switch up my drills as much. I'll show you guys some other basic tools you need. I would say this is not like necessity. This is just like a cuticle brush to clean the cuticle and dust off. I use these in my tutorials so you guys can see. Some cuticle bits. Also, I've shown you guys these in my other videos. Very important tools is a cuticle pusher and a cuticle nipper. These tools I use every time I do a set. So make sure you get a really good quality cuticle nipper, because if the nipper is rusty or not sharpened enough, you can really damage your skin, so your cuticle skin. If you don't know how to use a nipper, then don't practice on yourself first before doing it on anyone else. I've cut myself before, so it happens sometimes. just be careful with it. So the next thing you need is acetone. When it comes to Gel-X, you just need acetone. You need acetone to remove, you need acetone to clean up the edges. You just need acetone, period. So I recommend getting 100% acetone. And this is 100% acetone. I just refill this bottle. So this bottle is not the brand that I use, but I just refill it. Also very essential is sanitizing alcohol. I sanitize my clients before a service, midway, then at the end of the service as well. I just use sanitizer all the time. And so that's why it's really important to moisturize your hands and cuticles after doing a nail set, because you just used a lot of chemicals like acetone and alcohol. This one too, I just refill it, and it's like a spray bottle. I'm sure you guys saw this on my nail desk setup, but I use this sheet underneath the desk. I'll show you guys real quick. This one, I lay it out every time. It catches all the dust and it keeps the desk clean, so I just recommend it. Of course it's pink, but you guys don't need to get it pink. Also, something I use in every service is kitchen paper towels. I don't know, they're just really useful, and trust me, you're gonna need like kitchen paper towels. So that's just a side note. Before I get into showing you guys the gels and the polishes I use on a daily basis, I'm going to show you guys my liner brushes. And I feel like I get asked this question a lot. Where do I get my brushes? How do I make such detailed design with these brushes? So I'll show you guys a couple of them. I use this liner brush whenever I'm doing a really small detailed design. Get brushes with 3 different lengths and sizes. So this one's very detailed, like strawberry designs or things like that. This one is actually one of my favorites. I use this brush to do a French design. I always say with a French, the longer the brush, the better. You can be a little bit more detailed with the lines, so I like the longer brush for French. This one is probably the one I use the most. It just can be used for any single, and I know it's a little bent, but it just gets like that once you use it a couple times. But this is still my favorite. I think this length for me is the perfect length. These will be linked down below. I got them from Shein. So I actually get a lot of like small tools like these from Shein. Also, one thing you really need is lint-free pads. Lint-free means like fuzz-free. I used to use like cotton. I used to use cotton, but it had so much fuzz that it would get on the nails. I just do lint-free pads. You can order these on Amazon as well. Usually I use 180 or 100. So one side is 100 and the other one is 180. And the higher the number, the finer it is. And then for the buffer, I also do 100 and 180. And this one's from Beetles. They sent it to me. So I'm going to show you guys the essentials. Probably the first product that I ever use is a dehydrator. I use the IBD one. I also recommend the Model 1 dehydrator. Currently I'm using the Canarine. I don't really know how to pronounce this. I feel like base coat, the brand doesn't really matter. Same with dehydrator. It doesn't really matter what brand you use. Just make sure it's getting the job done. So I don't have much to say about dehydrator or base coat. I just use whatever I have, to be honest. Ooh, my favorite is non-wipe top coat. I use this for chrome. I use this for like the glazed nails, any kind of glossy design. I use non-wipe top coat. This is not the final finished top coat I use, but I don't know if that makes sense. I have 2 top coats. This is for the final finish, like when the design is done, I use this Canara Cocoist non-wipe top coat. This one gives the best finish and the best gloss and best protective durability when it comes to sealing the whole set. But then this one I use for chrome designs, glazed designs, and things like that, to mix it with the black polish or things like that. So this is the nail glue, gel nail glue I use. I also use matte top coat sometimes. Again, when I want to do chrome designs and I want to isolate the chrome, then I use this one. Or if I'm doing aura designs and I'm using eyeshadow, then I use the matte top coat. And this one is matte top coat non-wipe. So this is amazing if you're doing chrome. This one, the Jello Peel Off Base Coat, is probably my favorite gel polish brand in the whole world. I'm just like obsessed with the Jello Peel Off Base Coat. And I've used this in other tutorials, and I get asked where I buy this because it's really hard to get in store. So I order it on like a random website, a Japanese website. I'm sorry, I don't know the link, but I just ordered a bunch of them from this random sketchy website. But this is my baby. Now I want to get into the nudes, the nude base that I use. My absolute all-time favorite is the OPI Bare My Soul. I talk about this all the time, and I probably use it on 90% of my clients. It works with all types of skin tones. It works on me, it works on anyone else, almost everyone else. And this is usually the go-to base that I use. These are the 3 nude bases that I offer my clients. This one is the OPI one that I just showed you guys. And these other 2 ones are a bit more pink tone and yellow tone. Miss Gooey in this pink shade and Miss Gooey in this yellow shade. So now that I've talked about the essential gels I use and also the nude shades I use, I want to quickly mention that I use the IBD Builder Gel. And I recently just started using this Builder Gel. I used to use the Saviland Builder Gel. This was my all-time favorite because of the packaging. Like, you press down on this and the Builder Gel comes up, and it was so convenient, so clean. It wasn't a big mess or anything, but my new favorite is the IBD Builder Gel. Just the consistency with this is a little bit more gooey. It's a little bit more like harder. So it's a bit easier to build with this one, but I just started using it and it's been great. So I love the IBD Builder Gel. So if you guys are like natural nail girlies and you want to do gel on your natural nails, then I recommend investing in the IBD brand. Some of the other basics that I can think of is nail drill bits. I have a little glass of it in here in my drawer. And I personally like to use the 240 grit sanding bands. I use this all the time in my tutorials and my videos. So if you guys want to know and learn how to use all these products, then go watch all my videos, all my tutorials, because that's where I actually apply them. So if you're doing a lot of art-based nail designs, it's really nice to get a palette. I wouldn't say this is a palette, but I use this glass I got from Shein, and you drop some gel on this and then you can just use them. So when I'm doing nail art, I have like 5 colors on here that I can use. You definitely need a good nail clipper. I used to use the chunky ones, the clip ones. I don't know if you guys have seen them. They're usually for clipping extensions, but to be honest, I really love using just a good quality nail clipper like this. I don't really like the chunky ones. I don't feel like I can control what I'm cutting, so can't believe I forgot the extensions. Lastly, what you need is gel extensions if you're doing extensions. If you're doing gel X, then you need the Appraise gel extensions. Trust me when I say there's nothing like Appraise. Like, there's nothing that compares to this quality. And I know it's a little bit more on the pricey side, but invest in good quality from the beginning and you won't regret it. My go-to is the Natural Almond Medium. I also have the Natural Almond Short, and I also have the Sculpted Stiletto Medium. Those are the 3 that I use on a daily basis. So now that I showed you guys my essentials, I want to get into the luxury products. The products that you don't necessarily need, but it would be like, it would up the game if you had, you know? One of them is definitely cuticle oil. I use the OPI cuticle oil, but I recently just ran out of it, so I can't show you guys, but I'll put up a picture up here. But I also, a good substitute, a cheaper option would be the Beetles cuticle oil. I've been loving this too. I just am really picky with cuticle oil because I just don't like anything so sticky. And the OPI one and the Beetles cuticle oil has been really a good option. These are all the charms that I have on display for my clients. They're really cheap on Shein, so I recommend getting some if you're gonna start doing nails. I have the Morphe Meredith Duxbury palette. This one I use for aura designs. I don't really use airbrushes. I think they're really unhealthy in general, and I think they're really inconvenient. I do have one, but I only use it if I need to. Like if I don't have any other option, I will use the airbrush, but if not, I will be using the palette for any aura designs. This is how it looks like inside. This cost me a good like $30. So instead of investing in like a cheap Shein eyeshadow or like nail shadow, instead of investing in that, please like get a good quality pigmented eyeshadow that you can work with, and this one I've been loving so far, so good. So this is also another luxury product that you can get. For hard gel, I use the Water Glass hard gel. This has been my all-time favorite for a whole year, more than a year I've been using this. I do this for any 3D designs. So that's it for this video. If I'm missing anything else, please let me know in the comments, but I felt like I showed all my essentials on all the things that I use. If you guys have specific things that you want to know what I use, then please comment down below. I'll try to answer all the comments and all the questions you guys have. These are just some of my favorites and the things that I use, and so I hope it was helpful and insightful for all of you. And if you guys enjoyed this video, please like, please subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos. And please give me more ideas on what kind of videos to make. I really want to know what you guys want to see from me other than nail tutorials and vlogs. Thank you so much for watching until the end. I love you guys so much. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys in my next video.